Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I am very excited to share with you the first of 11 interviews in our Maxwell DNA series. And what a better way to get the show started than by welcoming back my friend, entrepreneur, family man, visionary, and John Maxwell Coach, speaker and trainer, James Newell. James, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Armando. How you doing?
Doing well.
Greetings from Dubai.
I know.
Greetings from Dubai.
I was going to ask you, I mean, you live in Germany, but I don't think that background scenery behind you looks very German right now. You're in Dubai.
Yes, correct. I'm actually here just a couple of weeks of home office and taking care of some business here.
Okay.
I'll be speaking as well in Oman, and just shortly before John Maxwell comes on the 30th of November. So I'm quite excited to be speaking there.
Oh, wow.
And see what I can actually move here and how I can support the coaches here in Dubai as well.
Very exciting news. Very exciting for you and of course for the whole John Maxwell community. Well, I know your time is counted, you know, that the clock is ticking, you're busy. Let's get started. I believe you have some very exciting news to share with us. So please tell us about your background, a little bit about your background for those who do not know you, and your journey as a John Maxwell coach, speaker and trainer, and how you found as an American yourself involved in the German, Austrian, Switzerland area. Tell us about that, please.
Definitely. Well, I came here in 1995 with the military, and we've always had strong leadership in the military. So I learned leadership skills very early in the military. Afterwards, working with the military, I got out and was still working with the military, but in a different function. And then eventually moved on to the German market. In the German market, I saw a huge need and a huge desire to help others develop themselves, develop their goals, kind of guide them, because the American capitalistic entrepreneur spirit is a little bit different in Europe as it in the US. So I saw a niche, and my niche is that I could speak a certain type of German, a bit of a dialect, and I speak it well enough to engage and inspire people and to coach people. And I've been developing those skills for the last 25 years. And my first John Maxwell book I got involved in was 2005, Developing the Leader Within You 1.0, basically the first one. And now we have the second one. And since then, I've been using material, converting the material into German speaking methodologies and systems to help develop the German speaking Europe. And basically, that's the whole goal. One of the biggest goals I had back then was to develop myself and develop other people, to lead themselves and lead others better. Wow.
That's very inspiring. And as I mentioned at the beginning, you are in front of leading this great initiative here in the German speaking area. So please tell us more about this new project. What sparked this idea and what's the main goal behind it?
Well, basically, this started in 2021, when I realized that, or I got information that there's a John Maxwell team. And the John Maxwell team, which is now called the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team, is a group of 47,000 strong coaches around the world in 162 countries. But in Germany, I couldn't find one. I couldn't find any to network with.
Okay.
So I eventually reached out to John Maxwell Corporation in the US, and they invited me to the IMC in Paris. And that was my first interaction to experience Maxwell DNA and to experience other Maxwell coaches from international community. And then from that meeting, or that conference, those 3-day IMC International Maxwell Conference, I went to Orlando, which is the larger one, and I really got involved and realized there's an opportunity here to network bring the family back together again, the Maxwell family within German-speaking Europe, and to engage the certified coaches here already. And so I basically went back to Germany in August of 2021, with a mandate, James, build something great, install and live the Maxwell DNA, and see what can happen in a couple of years. And we are at the stage now where we are now expanding and looking to establish the German-speaking platform for German-speaking Europe.
For those who might be interested and they do not know about this John Maxwell platform and then the Maxwell DNA, what is the vision? Share with us the vision of the project, and how do you see it making an impact on individuals in the German-speaking community? Okay,
perfect. Good question. Well, I'm going to start with the Maxwell vision.
Okay.
The John Maxwell vision. The Maxwell Leadership Certified Team has one universal goal, and that is to add value to others. Because we are a group of 162 countries throughout the world, 45,000 plus Maxwell coaches, we are people of value, which means we want to add value to others because we are a huge family of value. And because everybody deserves to be led well. And that's the baseline understanding of all John Maxwell principles, is to add value to other people because we are people of value. And our mission in German-speaking Europe is to establish that German-speaking platform where current and future Maxwell Leadership members can access and interact as a community, as a family within German-speaking Europe. These members can access the actual content that's been developed by German speakers for German speakers. And that's kind of like the key thing is that we're trying to build a platform, adapt it to the German speaking, Switzerland, Austria, Germany, language style. It's just not about translation. It's about translation is word for word, but it's about transferring the right context to the right speaking, right language. Just between Austrian, Swiss, and German, there are different pronunciations. There are different ways of different understandings. So one of the key things is to adapt the material to the mentality, to the language, and then be done by German-speaking Europeans for their own country, their own speaking platform, but within one German-speaking platform for German-speaking Europe.
Yeah. What about the impact? I mean, that you see it having on individuals, and groups, and maybe like companies and entrepreneurs and so on and so forth.
Well, basically, there's three pillars. There's three ideas and three pillars behind the John Maxwell, the Maxwell leadership concept is person development, leadership development, and in-house trainer development, developing trainers within the companies to actually deliver content as in-house trainer or train the trainer, coach the coach. Person development is about developing yourself, reaching goals, establishing certain goals. If you want to become an entrepreneur, the John Maxwell team, the Maxwell Leadership Team helps you and will guide you through establishing your own business from the vast experience that the Maxwell Leadership brings to the table. The impact will be huge. It's been huge around the world. John Maxwell's trained over 5 million leaders throughout the world. And there's no larger training company in the world that has covered more leaders in more countries than John Maxwell or the Maxwell Leadership Team. So the impact is already huge, but the impact in Germany or in German-speaking Europe will be very good, very high, because in 2022, Gallup did a study about the engagement of employees. And that study showed that 87 out of 100 employees are not engaged.
Wow.
Which means they're not engaged by their leadership, because leadership is influence. And if your leaders, if your managers aren't engaging you at your workplace, the effectivity and the productivity and the efficiency is definitely going to have an issue. Plus, we know that the more satisfied that a customer is, or an employee is at his workplace, so will also the customer be with the process that person manages in his day-to-day business. So it's going to be a huge impact in business. It'll be a huge impact in people reaching their own goals, setting their own goals, or even developing small businesses to help people reach their goals, or help companies and coach individuals within companies, or just people who want to grow in general.
Wow, this is amazing. So many benefits at so many levels. This is exciting. And of course, this series, this Maxwell DNA interview series, is just a small part of the whole project. But could you please elaborate a little bit more about what the Maxwell DNA is and how it plays a role in this project's approach?
Right. Well, the Maxwell DNA series is a set of interviews between Maxwell leadership coaches. I won't dig into each of those letters. I'll let you do that with the participants. I'm really excited to hear that we have all the letters within the Maxwell DNA set up. Now, why are they letters? John Maxwell loves to use acronyms. And one of these is the Maxwell DNA. Because we see ourselves as one huge family that spans the earth of 162 countries around the world. We're always developing ourselves. We believe that we need to share a certain DNA. And this DNA is a family member. Just like the DNA in the blood, there are key building blocks. And the Maxwell DNA follows the same foundation. Each letter stands for a principle that John Maxwell stands for, and the Maxwell Leadership stands for. And these principles are what we try to live day by day, and day in and day out. We try to inspire ourselves and engage ourselves, learn how to apply these principles, this Maxwell DNA, that it becomes intrinsic. And when something's intrinsic, it means it rubs off, and that inspires other people. In the coming episodes, you'll be hearing from other Maxwell leadership coaches. They will show you how they live these principles. And I hope you're inspired just as much as I am to hear about who's going to be coming up in the next few episodes as we kick off with the first one. It'd be interesting to see who shows up. We have some pretty big names and pretty inspiring people. We're going to be sharing their stories and sharing how they live out their Maxwell DNA.
Yeah, I'm very excited too. I mean, we are starting with a bang with you anyways, but tomorrow, the next episode, which model consistency, it's going to be a delight for our viewers. So please stay tuned for the first of the Maxwell DNA letters, values, acronyms, and the acronym, because it's going to be a delight, really. And we'll be posting those every other day, so you really have to be on your toes, and so you don't miss any of the values of the Maxwell DNA acronym. This is a huge project, so growing a team is crucial. As a crucial aspect to any project. What specific strategies or actions are you currently undertaking to expand and strengthen the team involved in this initiative, in this project, James?
Well, we basically have two major goals. We have one goal is to re-engage the current certified coaches that are in German-speaking Europe. That goal we have, and this series is one of those tools that we're using to re-engage them. Also, we're going to use this series to help us reach our second goal, which is to gather enough potential future coaches, people who want to join the family, and because we need to grow. We need to have more of an impact throughout Europe, throughout German-speaking Europe. And that impact starts with the listeners, starts with the viewers who say, hey, this Maxwell DNA sounds good. I would like to be part of the family. And they can reach out to us and learn about how they can join our family. But it comes down to finding the smartest people and the people who are most engaged and getting them around you. Now, that's a principle from John as well, is that you don't need to be the smartest guy in your team. If you're the manager, if you're the leader, you just got to get better and smarter guys than you or women around you to help you reach your dream. Because teamwork makes the dream work. And understanding that and finding the right people, finding the right skill sets, like you, Armando, you're a connector. That's one of the skill sets that we need to connect our members with each other and connect and use those skills as a connector. Other people have skills that are in sales and marketing and in speaking and in teaching and training. So I'm currently looking to either develop from within the team or engage and inspire people to join the team who have these skills. That way we become more of a, I would say, a SWAT team, more of a special forces team, to where we can small client have a fine, small but effective.
Right. Yeah, this is very inspiring, because I mean, really, this is for everyone that wants to be a coach, and or maybe coaches that are maybe like lone rangers type of thing that will be benefit. Is that correct? I mean, they could benefit themselves from engaging in this type of community.
Well, that's one of the advantages, is they can join the team and expand their own training material and coaching material. We have one of the best coaches in the world as our head trainer, Valerie Burton from the US with positive psychology. She has her own institute, her own coaching model that we use in the John Maxwell team and the Maxwell Leadership Team. That comes from Valerie Burton, and she's our mentor, which means we have direct access and top support content that we can use. Has been gathered over the last 45 years. This content is accessible, which means the advantage is that as a coach or as a trainer speaker, you have access to content that's been tested and tried the last 45 years to build solid businesses, to support companies and growth. So as a coach, or as we call it in German, a Quereinsteiger, across, so it crosses into our bring your skills with you and just expand your portfolio of skills and expertise is one of the ways. Or if you just wanting to help other people, need a good structured and good content to inspire other people, why do we have to recreate the wheel? We can take something and use something that's been, 45 million copies around the world from one of the number one leadership development gurus in the world, John Maxwell. It doesn't get better than that, which means,
absolutely,
that makes it easy. It makes the decision quite easy to join the family.
I guess that what you just said had to do with my next question, but maybe you can expand a little bit more, because I was going to ask you, how does the project plan to engage and connect with individuals in this German, Austria, and Switzerland region?
Well, basically, at the moment, we have what we call monthly introduction, or John Maxwell behind the scenes. We give a behind the scenes introduction to the Maxwell community. We have different ideas, different things coming up in the next few weeks, like masterminds or webinars where people can join and learn from the mentors, and learn from John Maxwell himself. These webinars are free, and you can attend. And basically, if you're interested for more information, we can invite you to a information evening, or Infoabend in German, and that would hopefully answer all the questions you might have as a potential coach, speaker, or trainer. And it comes down to, just answering the question. The question is where do you want to see yourself in 3 to 5 years? What do you want to be known for? If you want to be known for as a speaker, trainer, coach that helps other people, adds value to other people, then I just say, hey, come to one of our free events, to the Infoabends and information evening, and ask all the questions you need to get a good understanding about your new family.
Wow, this is very exciting. We are coming to the end of our talk. It has been very informative, even for me as part of the team. But to encourage maybe other people to reach out, and I'm going to include your contact information in the description box, so people can reach out to you and participate, hopefully in the info events and the info evenings sessions. But success stories often inspire and provide a practical view of the impact you are having, right? Can you share any success stories or examples of individuals who have benefited from your coaching approach in this area, in the German-speaking area?
Yeah, definitely. There's one team that I built a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I built it there's an internal team built from 5 different departments. The best of the best were chosen from the department and went through the verschiedene departments. They went through different departments from different departments, and they went through a interview process to where I try to figure out if we were a good fit.
Okay.
I try to figure out if I could serve them well as their leader, and if they can bring their skills to the table
Mm-hmm.
and create this team. That's part of the Maxwell philosophy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Serving other people, building relationships, as part of the 5 levels of leadership. And through the materials I learned from John Maxwell and learned to apply them, this team was built. We were up and running within 6 months. The team had some pretty high expectations as far as deliverables, and we were always ahead of the game, always ahead of the time frames.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, my team worked 80% of the normal job, and 20% was designed for self-development, which means they were either coached by me or they were being coached and mentored by their colleagues. Wow. Which is also a Maxwell principle. Mm-hmm. And this team actually, as I got headhunted to a different company, mm-hmm. This team was without a leader for over a year and was still productive. Mm-hmm. So they learned how to lead themselves, right, and lead each other and develop each other, and to take care of the strengths and weaknesses of each other. Mm-hmm. Because, understanding how a team functions and what a team needs is one of the basic principles of Maxwell leadership. Understanding what it means to lead like a Maxwell leadership team member does. So I really enjoyed that. A few of those members have moved on to other positions. Mm-hmm. They are now also in leadership positions. Mm-hmm. And I'm still getting updates from the team and getting updates from those leaders of everything they learned. They learned from me, but it wasn't from me. I was just calling German the Sprachrohr. Mm-hmm. I was just the funnel of channeling the John Maxwell leadership principles, the trainings and teachings to a team, and that team could multiply itself, and that they could multiply it to others. Great. So maybe that's helpful, that example.
Absolutely. James, well, maybe someone watching right now is interested. What practical steps should they take right now if they want to get in touch with us and know more about the project?
Basically, if you would like to develop yourself to be able to develop other people, it starts with your own personal self-investment, because you can't give other people what you don't have. Mm. And to do that, I just invite you to engage with me directly. You can reach me at james.newell@maxwellleadership.com, and I will respond as soon as possible, even in Dubai. Mm-hmm. And I will invite you to the upcoming events, upcoming webinars. The other way, you can also participate if you speak German. You can visit the Facebook page for the public, the German Facebook, John Maxwell Leadership Deutsch. Mm-hmm. We'll put that link also on the show notes, right, and reach out there as well, because one of the admins will then reach out to you and give you the update, because on that page there'll be also the different ways to participate through the webinars or the information evenings. Otherwise, just shoot me an email, james.newell@maxwellleadership.com.
Awesome. Very, very good. Thank you. So get in touch, people, and James will get back to you, or one of the members of the team. James, thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time for this interview. Appreciate it. Stay safe.
You too. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.